Hi everyone, I think it's time to talk a little bit about the leaderboards in Forza Horizon 5. In my opinion, the leaderboards is one of the most overlooked and ignored features of the game by both players and the studio, and that's a great shame. So on one side we have players, especially on the casual side, who largely ignore the leaderboards altogether as something of no real interest. They basically see them as something exclusive, reserved for top level super fast aliens and bearing no value for a regular player. More hardcore players would love to engage with leaderboards, but the very basic implementation of it in Forza Horizon 5 and the absolute crazy amount of blatant cheaters at the top of each board discourage many, if not most, including some of the really most loyal fans of the game. And that's the biggest complaint I've seen in Discord about the game altogether from the hardcore players, the cheaters at the leaderboards. On another side, we have the studio that doesn't seem to be putting a lot of emphasis on the leaderboards at all. We've heard in one of the progress updates that they are looking into getting them clean of cheated times, but yet to see any real result of that. And we've heard nothing at all in terms of extra features or improvements to leaderboards. I can only speculate about the reasons for it. Maybe this is due to relatively low player engagement with leaderboards, which would be kind of self-fulfilling prophecy then. Players don't engage due to problems with the feature, studio is not interested in improving the feature due to low engagement. A vicious circle of a kind? Maybe this is due to technical limitations, insufficient toolset or something like that, or more pressing development priorities like fixing numerous bugs, completing other features on the roadmap, and at the same time working on the longer awaited expansions. Most probably that's a combination of both and some other reason that I really didn't think of. Whatever the reason is though, the situation with leaderboards is very, very sad. And I think that's a huge mistake, as leaderboards can be the engine of engagement for casuals and hardcore players alike. Clean and well organized leaderboards provide extra content for late game, incentive to progress for beginners, and a competitive ground for wide community by giving the reason to boast your results to others and engage with other people in the ways that don't require being online at the same time. So first I want to look at what leaderboards we actually do have in the game and how they look. The first thing most people will engage with is Accolades leaderboard, the Hall of Fame, which ranks every single player in the game together. Even those who didn't reach the Hall of Fame yet, they are already there. So based on the accolades they collected. And even this very first leaderboard you see is full of cheaters at the top, boasting accolade scores that are mathematically impossible to achieve in the game. So that gives you an indication of how bad the problem is. And it unfortunately goes further downhill from here. Next thing most people will engage with is individual leaderboards for each of the PR stunts, whether it's a danger sign, speed trap or drift zone. Those two are full of cheaters at the top, to the point that people are claiming a world record regardless of ranking in the game and stick to it until someone shows actual video of performing better result. So at any point in time there's dozens of people out there who believe they're holding current world record on this or that PR stunt, and that has no correlation with the leaderboard whatsoever. We also have rival leaderboards. Those exist as separate rankings for each track in the game in each class, so 6 leaderboards per track and showcase event. And the last one is the new Horizon Open leaderboard with ranks based purely on experience gained in any Horizon Open mode. Access to each leaderboard is also different. Hall of Fame, for example, is available from its own location in Horizon Festival. Each PR stunt needs to be accessed from the map by choosing that specific stunt and opening the leaderboard. Rivals boards are accessed from Rivals menu by going to each individual track, selecting a class and engaging with Change Rival option. Horizon Open is available from separate Horizon Open menu, so all of it is quite a bit of a mess with no way to browse your leaderboard's position from one location. Functionality of each leaderboard is also limited. You basically have 5 filters in total: global ranking showing the top ranks, players near you, your friends, your club, and the friends in the club together. This is too basic. Seriously, it's a wealth of data that suffers from very poor visualization and representation. And in the modern days where there's a data scientist everywhere and analytics are at the start of any sales pitch, this is just a huge mistake. You are throwing away an opportunity. So what do I think can be done to improve it? Here are some ideas, like a compilation of the stuff that came up to my mind while playing the game that already exists in other titles, including Forza Motorsport, and things picked up on Discord conversations with friends and randoms. First of all, add more filters to existing leaderboards. Simple as that. Whatever board we look at today, we can only boast about positioning global rank amongst friends or a club. But why not say countries? Wouldn't it be cool to say maybe I'm only top 10,000 in the world, but I'm top 50 in Norway? How about the filter for my car or specific car? Okay, this new Ferrari this week is a terrible boat with tons of understeer that has no chance whatsoever in global leaderboard, but what if I just love it and really want to see how I compare with others who also choose to suffer in it in rivals? Same for the car categories. Global top may be filled with meta cars, but how do other retro racers compare to my time? Class filters for PR stunts. Like, I really want to know what's the best you can do in D class on that particular speed zone. Yes, let me compete with other snails. Extra filters would open up additional possibilities for things like community events, like competition for the best score in specific class or car, backed by a global leaderboard in-game. Today, to run those, we need to maintain Excel spreadsheets and rely on people's screenshot. Or even custom events like beat Fernando Alonso's time on Estadio Circuit in Reno Megane RS. Basically, it's creating extra content for the game without really spending time and money on assets. Second, add more functions. Those of you who played Forza Motorsport 7 know that Rivals leaderboards offer a bunch of extra options. Watch a replay of another player if they choose to share it, download the tune if it's publicly shared, see the telemetry during the run. It's kinda shocking that this is not in Horizon. For anyone looking to improve, to become faster, this is a huge way to learn. Chasing the goals is one thing, being able to see where exactly and how hard they are braking or how they shift gears is completely different and super useful to improve your time on the track. Similarly, trying to beat a friend in the same car is cool, but being able to grab the same tune on the spot without needing to catch with them online and ask for details is priceless. And apparently the code for that already exists within Forza family, so why not use it? How about ability to launch the leaderboard from within the rival session and changing the goals without having to quit? It's so obvious and intuitive, I actually couldn't believe at first that this is not a thing in Horizon. Or say, you want to challenge a friend across the board. Wouldn't it be cool to select them on one leaderboard, set them as your nemesis, and they'd be automatically set as your rival for all other tracks and classes? Other thing I'd love to see is ability to send a challenge to a player. Quadro challenges you to beat their time on Chihuahua circuit in Ford Focus RS in A class. And yes, I'd spam a few people, but it would still be fun. The third and the last for today is add more boards. In previous motorsport titles we've had class leaderboards, where aggregate ranking from all rival races within a class made up the best of the best for their class. It would be great to see those in Forza Horizon 5. And the same for PR stunts, per stunt and per class. Imagine the Danger Sign Grandmaster, the Drift Zone King, the Speed Trapper, A-Class Trailblaze Demon. Wouldn't that be cool? The list could go on, really, probably indefinitely. There are smaller things like having more granularity within top 1% on boards, or having all leaderboards also available from a single place where players could browse their greatness. But all in all, I just really want to see some more attention to leaderboards from the studio. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.